Welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Sorry to bring you a live stream, or I shouldn't really apologise because it's good news, as Rangers are in talks over a potential deal. We're going to dive deep into this one. Yes, Rangers, as you can read there in the title, are in talks with Chelsea over a deal for a midfielder. But before we do get into the details of it, guys, please do smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and do get involved in the live chat. What do you guys think with regards to this potential signing? What do you think of Leo Castledine? Have you heard of him? Either way, let me know your thoughts down there, and how many players do you think the club will sign before the end of the transfer window? So, of course, a good result last night, considering the circumstances. But, of course, from that one, we already realised that we are missing some key quality players that we're trying to still bolster our squad before the end of August. Now, again, I've been saying a lot recently that we do need a midfielder, we do need some striking options, we do need a lot of players, to be fair, within the Rangers ranks, and we have got wind of a potential deal that we're trying to work upon. Yes, Rangers are in talks with Chelsea over Leo Castledine as a potential transfer target. Of course, a midfielder and a player that is highly rated down there in England. Now, what we've got for you today with regards to this one is that Rangers are pursuing the deal for Leo Castledine. Basically, reports from the national media and down south have stated that Rangers have contacted Chelsea in a bid to land the academy player on a season-long loan. Rangers are believed to be pushing for an option to buy, but Chelsea are understood to be more open to a straight loan with no clause for a future deal, as negotiations are still currently ongoing. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, a bit of breaking news for you, and that's that Rangers are working on a deal and are in talks to try and land Leo Castledine from Chelsea. As stated, 18 years old, is a midfielder. Still a lot of things to sort of iron out in regards to this potential deal, but certainly one that could excite us, especially when I get to the stats of this player. So that's him there, of course, 18 years old, not made a senior appearance for Chelsea, but has played in the Premier League 2 last season, played 36 games, scored 14 goals and managed 10 assists. So here's a player that has got numbers in his game, a player that would be more of an attacking midfielder by the looks of things. And as stated, would be a player that would certainly improve our team. Now, the thing is here, to be fair, I'm looking at more of an experienced midfielder when we're talking about potential midfield options that we're trying to bring into the football club. But if we manage to pull this one off on a permanent, with a loan with an option to buy or a permanent transfer, this would be a huge coup, just looking at the boy's numbers and the boy's stats that he's currently got within the Chelsea reserve. So again, a signing that I think would be better for the future, but talks are currently ongoing over a loan deal, a season-long loan with then an option to buy. Chelsea are standing firm. They don't really want to let him go in terms of on a permanent transfer, is highly rated, but are willing to let him go to Rangers on a temporary basis just for a season. But that's all I've got for you in regards to that bit of transfer news at this moment in time. As stated, he's a very exciting player, Leo Castledine, a player that, again, plays in Premier League 2, does play at Chelsea. Chelsea have a lot of great young talents, actually joined from Wimbledon youth back in 2020, and since then has worked his way up the academy level, playing for the under-18s Premier League. But what is there, and shows really at this moment in time, is the fact, in fact, he has made an appearance, by the way. He played 5 minutes in an EFL Cup match, but regardless, what you can see from him last season, that he is a goal-scoring midfielder that does have numbers into his game, which is 36 matches played, 14 goals and 10 assists, which is some very good numbers, especially, well, people will probably say about the level, but then again, the Scottish Premiership isn't necessarily that great. Still 18 with a massive ceiling, and at this moment in time, Rangers are trying to do a deal for him on a season-long loan with then the option to buy, but at this moment in time, Chelsea are more reluctant to do that. So we are staying on that on that at this moment in time, and that's kind of all we got. As this story progresses, I'll have some maybe more news for you, more updates with regards to this potential transfer. But one thing is for certain is that we are in official talks with regards to Chelsea over getting him on a loan. Now, am I against a season-long loan? Probably. For an 18-year-old, is he necessarily going to come and make ourselves better? Again, I'm not too sure. Obviously, he's not really played at a senior level yet. So certainly for a year-long loan, could he be an option? Maybe, but I'd rather obviously have him and be able to groom him to be one of our next top talents, and maybe we could sell him for profit later on in the future. But again, still early days with regards to this deal, but certainly we do need a midfielder signing, and that's taking us in the right direction. But guys, do let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. Are you for going into the loan market for a player like Leo Castledine? Do you think he's a player that we could probably land on a permanent basis? And do you think he goes into our starting 11 right now? As stated, many of you probably don't know who he is. As I said, I did a poll there, and 40% of you are stating that you don't have a clue who he is. 43% of you have said that he is a good signing, and then 14% of you have said no, you don't think he's a good signing. But Lee Bandit says another nobody. To be fair, man, I don't think it's another nobody. He's a guy that's 18 years old with a high ceiling and a player that could certainly make it the highest level. You know, he's playing at Chelsea for a reason, so I don't necessarily think that he's a nobody, as you quote there. Of course, we can't be writing off players at this moment in time, but again, he's obviously been identified by Niels Koeppen and the recruitment team as a player that could make a sufficient impact now. That's why they want him on loan, but also with the fact that he could also potentially be a player that we could have for years to come that could make profit and fit into our business model. So I am all for these sort of signings. Again, people always want to know these here and now ready-made players. That's not how our business model works. We need to develop younger players and then be able to buy them cheap and sell them high later on down the line. So I'm all for these kind of signings if we can pull them off. But at this moment in time, as stated, guys, we are only in talks. We want to try and get him on a bit more of a longer basis, a loan with an option to buy. But at the moment in time, Chelsea are reluctant in letting him go on a permanent transfer. So that's what I've got you. Chelsea's Leo Castledine, an attacking midfielder. Good stats from last season. 36 games played, 14 goals and 10 assists. So a midfielder with numbers, a player that I think could make a difference for now and in the future. But that's all I've really got for you today, Rangers fans. Do let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below if you haven't already. Let me know your thoughts with regards to the transfer market as well. How many more players do we realistically need to sign before this window closes at the end of August? What positions do you think we need to bolster as well? As stated, let me know all your thoughts down there in the old comment section below. That does bring us to the end of today's live stream on Leo Castledine. We will keep you up to date as it does progress. But as always, guys, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all later for another update. Take care.